Dear students, good afternoon everyone. In yesterday's session, we learned about the meaning of banking transactions. I mean the meaning of bank and what are the functions of the bank and what are the characteristics of banks. At the same time, we came to know that the different definitions of the banks. Okay, usually we learned in yesterday's session that banks are nothing but financial institutions. And one more thing I brought to your notice, the word or the term bank is derived from the word, the Latin word, what, uh, say, the term bank is derived from Italian word banco or from French word bank. Both mean a bench or mini exchange table. See, the meaning of the word bank means here money exchange table. And on the other hand, or in other words, banks are nothing but which are purely financial institutions. But I don't take much time to explain this one because yesterday I have already explained about this. Okay, now let's move on to the and we studied about characteristics of banks in yesterday's session, and after that we move to the next important topic, that is some important functions of the bank. We learned many things about the banking transactions in this yesterday's session. In today's class, we are going to take a look at types of accounts. Say, dear students, what are the types of accounts? Say, let's take a look at today's subtopic is types of bank accounts. Do you know what are the types of bank accounts? Or have you ever heard the types of the accounts? Or which type of account have you opened in your bank or in any bank? Or your father or your mother or your relatives? What type of the accounts have they opened in their respective banks? See, yes, students, let me tell you, uh, there are four types of, or generally, we say there are four types of bank accounts. See, the first one, SB account. What do you mean by SB account? S means savings, B means bank. Savings bank account. Who come forward to open or who go for SB account? See, usually salaried persons or anybody, salaried persons or anybody can open SB account in the bank. Those who get monthly salary or those who get every month income, they want to open SB account in a bank. Okay, so SB accounts is also one of the important accounts in banking sector, right? And one more, current account. See, current account. Current accounts are opened by the business people. What do you mean by current account? Do the business people get any interest on their deposited amount? No. Current accounts, those who have opened current accounts in the banks, who won't get any profit, who won't get any interest on their deposited amount. They may take any time. They may take the deposit of amount at any time, today or tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. But such business people won't get any interest on their amount because business people are very busy in business transactions. Morning they want money, afternoon they want money, evening they want money. They want always money for business purpose. So they maintain, usually business people go for current account. In Kannada we call chalti khate. In English, current account. Usually, current accounts are usually opened by business people because current account is very much useful to them. See, dear students, as I have told you, the SB account are opened by SB accounts are usually opened by salaried persons those who get monthly income or those who get monthly salary from the private sector or the government sectors, right? And now let's move to the recurring deposit account, RDA, recurring deposit account. Who come forward? Who want to open this account in bank? See, usually on monthly basis, these accounts are open on monthly basis. So these accounts are called deposit. Okay, did you understand? We have studied about SB account. We have studied about current accounts, and one more we have studied about recurring deposit account. It is purely on monthly basis, and one more fixed deposit account. Fixed deposit accounts. Can anybody open? Can anybody open the account like fixed deposit? Okay, maybe 1 month fixed deposit, maybe 1 year or five years or 10 years. 1 month or 1 year or 5 years or 10 years. Those who want deposit their amount for a certain period of time, they will get the interest on their deposit amount. Simply, we don't keep the money at our home. We should keep the money in bank related to fixed deposit. We should go for a fixed deposit account. So we can get the interest on our deposited amount. See, we have a lot of money, but we should use it properly. Simply, we keep the money at our respective homes. It is of no use. As I told you this thing in yesterday's class, so we should keep our money in bank. We should open the account like a fixed deposit account in bank, and maybe 50,000, maybe 1 lakh, 2 lakhs, 3 lakhs, how much amount we have. We should fix that amount. We should keep our account in bank, especially in this account, which one fixed deposit account. Then after the completion of the period, we will get our amount with interest. So it is also one kind of saving. It's also one kind of saving our money. See, dear students, in today's class, we studied about the types of accounts. Let me tell you briefly one more time. SB accounts are opened by salary persons or any persons who the current accounts are opened in bank by business people because which is quite useful to them. And one more, recurring deposit account is purely on monthly basis. And one more, fixed deposit account. Okay, these are the types of the banks. Suppose in examination, maybe 1 mark or 2 mark, maybe 2 mark question, the examiner will ask the question like, what are the types of the banks? 2 mark question. How do you answer? You should answer like this. The answer should be like the types of bank accounts are 1, SB account, 2, current account, third one, recurring deposit account, and fixed deposit account. You should write like this. You'll get the marks, right? Now, let's move on to the how to open bank account in, okay, how to open our account in banks. What is the procedure for that? How to open? I want to open an account in bank. You want to open account in bank. What is the procedure for that? Okay, dear students, let's move on to the next subtopic: procedure to open a bank account. Decide the type of account. Okay. To open a bank account, say, dear students, to open a bank account, what is the procedure for that? The first procedure is decide the type of account which we want to open. See, decide the type of account which we want to open. This is the first procedure of the account opening. The second thing is approach the bank of your choice. Approach the bank of your choice. See, based on this, try to understand. You want to open an account in a bank. What is the procedure for that? I want to open an account in a bank. What is the procedure for that? Totally, what are the procedures to open an account in any bank? The first procedure is decide the type of account which you want to open. The second thing, approach the bank of your choice and meet the okay and meet its office. They approach the bank of your choice and meet its office. Meet its office. This is second procedure of account to open an account in a bank, right? And what about the third procedure? What is the third procedure for opening an account in bank? The third point is fill up the bank account form. The bank account form. Account form. Fill up the bank account form. This is the third procedure. Okay. And what about the fourth procedure? See, dear students, give reference for opening your bank accounts. Fourth. Fourth, give reference. Fifth one, say, give reference for opening your bank account. This one. And one more, submit the bank account form. The bank account form. And the last one is initial deposits. Initial deposits. See? Dear students, now let's take a look at what is the procedure for opening an account in a bank. The first procedure is decide the type of account. What type of the account do you open in a bank? First, we should decide. We should decide and take decision. Maybe SB account, or current account, or recurring deposit account, or fixed account. It is left to us. What type of the account do you maintain? What type of the account do you open in a bank? First, we should decide. We should think. Then go to bank and open our interested one account. Right? We should decide first. And the second procedure to open an account in a bank is approach the bank of your choice. In which bank would you like to open an account? Maybe State Bank of India or any other bank. Now, as I told you in yesterday's class, all banks have been merged with the State Bank of India. I gave you an example. I gave you a good number of the names of the banks. Okay, yesterday again I shared with you many banks names with you. Maybe Vijay Bank or Bank of Mysore or any bank. All banks, all state banks have been merged with State Bank of India. Okay, but here, in which bank would you like to open your account? So think and decide, think and approach the bank. Okay, just you think that you want to open your account in SBI Bagalkot. So you go to SBI Bagalkot, Navanagar branch, right? Go and get the account opening application form and fill it and submit it, right? And one more, the third step is here, fill up the bank account form. See, the third procedure is fill up the bank account form. You have to enter the required items. What instructions does the account opening form have? You are supposed to fill the form neatly and submit to the you need to submit the bank account to your respective bank. In which bank would you like to open your account? You need to fill it up the form and the same you need to submit to your chosen bank or your interested one bank. Right. And what is the fourth procedure for opening an account in a bank? See, the fourth procedure is give reference. See, give reference for opening your account. Here, you have to when it comes to this one, give reference. You want to open an account in a bank, you need some reference. Those who have already bank accounts in SB, State Bank of India, one of the customers of that bank give reference to you to open an account. So, those who have already account in State Bank of India or any bank, one of the customers come forward and give you a reference. Give you a reference to open an account in the respective in the said bank or in that bank. So, giving reference is also one of the important procedure to open an account in a bank. And one more, submit the bank account form. See, submit the bank account form. This is also very important. Once you once you followed these all procedures, what's your next job? What's your next work? You have to submit the filled application to the your chosen or your interested one bank. In which bank you would like to decide to open an account, you need to go to that bank and submit the filled account form. Okay, to that bank, right? And initial deposit. Initial deposit. See, banks won't accept your filled application immediately. You need to deposit minimum of 2,000 rupees. When it comes to State Bank of India, you want to open an account, SBI account, you need to deposit at least initial deposit, beginning depositor, starting deposit, minimum 2,000 rupees. Simply, you go to bank, okay, sir, I have filled the application form and take it and open my account. If you say like this, it's not possible. Once you have finished the account, once you have finished filled the account opening form, submit it with the initial amount, minimum 2,000 rupees. No initial amount, no initial deposit, no banks come to open your account. Try to understand. So these are the districts, these are the procedures, these are the procedures how to open an account in a bank. Procedures. Just now I have told you procedures to open an account in a bank. These are the procedures to open an account in a bank. Say, we are very busy in studying business studies. In business studies, the topic banks. What is a bank? what are the characteristics of bank, what are the functions of the bank, and what are the types of bank accounts. Okay, and what are the procedures to open an account in a bank? Dear students, we have studied many things in this area. Let me take a look at one more time, and let me explain you from beginning to end what we have studied. From beginning to end, what we have studied so far. Let me give. Let us take a quick look at banking transactions. See? Banking transactions. Banking transactions. See, the term bank is related to financial transactions. The term means the word. The word bank is related to purely bank financial transactions. And here, banks are financial institutions. Try to understand this thing. Banks are nothing but which are financial institutions. What they do, which use the money deposited by the customers as investments. When the people or when the customers want to get their money, by the time the banks will return their money. See, we understand that we have understood that banks are nothing but which are financial institutions. The banks use our deposit amount as investments. When we want the deposit amount, then banks will come forward and return our amount. Okay, and uh, I have told you what is a bank. And bank here means money exchange table. According to Italian word bank means banco or French word. According to French word, the word bank is derived from Italian word banco or from French word bank. Both both mean. What do they give meaning? The both words give the meaning money exchange table. Money bank means money exchange table. In other words, bank is nothing but financial institution, right? And this also we have already studied and characteristics of banks. See, in yesterday's session I shared with you the characteristics of bank. See, dealing with money and individual or firm or company, the banks act as individual or firm or company, just like an agent. And acceptance of deposits, acceptance to accept the money from the general public. This is also one of the characteristics of bank, and one more lending loans. See, lending loans means giving loans to the customers, giving loans to those who are need. Those who are need, the banks will give the loans to those people and get the profit. The banks will get the profit by giving loans to the customers. The banks will improve, develop. Okay, and payment and withdrawal, this also we study, and agency and utility service, profit and service orientation. The banks usually have the profit and service orientation. Social concern and profit go hand in hand. And and one more ever increasing functions. The banks puts it simply. They expand their services always. Banks in general, banks expand their services always. They don't sit simply stop their work. They are very busy in expanding their services to the customers. And connecting link. As I told you, banks act as connecting link between the depositor and borrowers. This also I told you. And banking business and name identity. These are the characteristics of banks. After that, we studied about functions of banks. What are the functions of the banks? These are all the functions of the bank. Here, hiring safe deposit lockers, conducting foreign exchange transactions, keeping valuable in safe custody, issuing letters of credit and guarantee, conducting government transactions, maybe state and central government. Okay, and hiring, accepting deposits from public and others. This is also the main function. This is also one of the functions of the banks. After that, lending money to public, transferring money from one place to another, collecting money on checks, drafts, and bills, discounting of bills. Uh, these are the functions of banks. Dear students, in examination, maybe the questions like what are the functions of the bank? What do you answer? Okay, maybe 3 mark question. Maybe this question, this topic carries 3 marks. What are the functions of the bank? You need to write the answers like this. You need to write the points like this, one by one. The functions of the banks are 1, 2, 3, 4 like this. If you write these all functions, you will get good marks. And after this, in today's session, we learned about the different types of bank accounts. Right? Types of bank accounts. I told you SB account, current account, and a recurring deposit account, and one more fixed deposit account. 4 types of bank accounts. Usually, people have SB account and a fixed deposit account. But when it comes to business people want to prefer what type of the account? Current account. Usually, in general, people want to open SB account. But when it comes to business people want to prefer current account. We call in Kannada Chalti Khate. Business people want to prefer current account but not SB account. And a recurring deposit account, it is purely based on monthly basis. And one more fixed deposit account. See, these are all the different types of bank accounts. Which type of the bank account or what type of the bank account you want to open in a bank, you decide. Okay, you decide, and you need to open an account in your interested bank, right? And after this, we have learned about the procedure to open an account in a bank. See, quickly, let me tell you. The first one, decide the type of account. This is the first procedure. After this, approach the bank of your choice. In which bank you would like to open an account? First, think, decide, and approach that bank and open your account. And third one, fill up the bank account. Once you have got the account opening form from the bank, of your choice, in which bank do you like to open an account? Then you fill up that bank account form, then submit it to the bank. Then the fourth one is give reference. One of the bank customers will come forward. One of the bank, you need to get the signature of the bank account. One of the customers of the bank. In which bank would you like to open an account? From the same bank, you would like to get his or her signature. One of the customers or customer's signature, or one of the customers of that bank come forward and give your reference. Oh, this person so and so, this person is going to open an account in this bank. Please mind, he says he is going to reference, he is going to sign, right, and mention his account. Please allow him to open an account in the bank. So giving reference is also very important. Okay, and one more, submit the bank account form. See, once you filled it up, then you submit it to the bank. After that, what is the next procedure? Initial deposit. Initial deposit means beginning deposit. Simply, you don't submit the fill form to the bank. When you submit, when you approach the bank, when you give the fill form to the account fill form to the bank, by the time the banks will ask you, at least you maintain the initial deposit amount, maybe 2000. It may be 2000. You should deposit 2000 rupees. The banks will give a challan to you. In that challan, you should mention 2000 rupees. Okay, then the banks will allow you to open an account in bank. Otherwise, banks can't allow you to open an account. Initial deposit is mandatory. Okay, children. In this uh, session or in this period, we learned about many things. We have learned about many things. What is the bank? What are the characteristics of bank? What are the functions of the bank? What are the different types of bank accounts? And what are the procedures to open an account in a bank? So, in this session, we learned about many things. Hopefully, we have understood. Hopefully, you have understood these all important areas. When it comes to examination, you will be able to answer the questions asked by the examiner. No doubt at all. Yes, students, thanks for watching. See you in next class.